Are we seeing bidding wars trickle back into Huron County's real estate market? Post-election jitters seem to be settling down, especially in certain price ranges. So let's jump into what really happened in our local market last month. First up, let's talk about inventory levels. This is basically the pulse check for our market's health. In April, we're down to 6.2 months of inventory, which is a big improvement from March's 7.7 months of inventory. That's a 19% drop in 1 month. The market's definitely tightening up as we roll into spring. A quick refresher on what MOI actually means. It tells us how long it would take to sell every single home on the market if no new homes were listed. We figure this out by dividing active listings by monthly sales. Typically, a balanced market sits between 4 to 6 months of inventory. So at 6.2, we're barely in a buyer's market territory, but definitely moving towards a balanced sweet spot. We had 213 new listings pop up in April, way up from the 166 in March. This bump is pretty normal for spring, but here's what's interesting. Even with these new listings, our months of inventory actually went down. That means that homes are selling faster than the new ones that are hitting the market, which is great news for sellers. I'm also excited to see more activity with vacant land sales and inquiries picking up. Most vacant land listings are over a year old, but as soon as the spring sunshine started warming things up, the phone started ringing and folks are looking at building options. This is usually a good sign that people are feeling confident enough to take on a construction project, which bodes well for our local markets on its long-term health. Now for everyone's favorite topic, money. The average home price in Huron County for April jumped to just over $603,000. That's up 4% from March's $580, showing our market still having a solid upward momentum. As I always mention, Huron County has such a wild mix of properties from tiny starter homes to sprawling country estates that sometimes the average can be skewed and doesn't tell the whole story. The median home price for April came in at $515,000, which gives us a clear picture on what's happening in the middle market without those multi-million-dollar properties skewing things up. That's up from March's median of $485,000, confirming that we are seeing a healthy growth across price points. What's really moving in the market is the under $500,000 category. Homes priced around $400,000 and below are moving fast, and those cute flip properties just under $300,000. And yes, there are properties popping up like that. Those properties are the ones we're often seeing multiple offers come within a few days. First-time home buyers are definitely making their move in Huron County right now. I'm gonna touch on a few tips for buyers around bidding wars at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Here's another bright spot in the data. Homes are selling faster. The average days on market dropped to 62 days in April, down from 76 days in March. That's an 18% improvement in just 4 weeks. But here's the kicker. While the average is 62 days, the median is actually sitting closer to 30 days. So what does that tell us? Some properties are taking their sweet times to sell, pushing up the average, but many homes are flying off the market in a month or less, especially the ones that are priced right from day one. If you're house hunting, this means you've got to be ready to pounce on well-priced properties, particularly in that under $500,000 range. If you're not sure if that house is priced right, then you should reach out to an agent to start building a plan and understanding when a great property comes to market. And sellers, this is your wake-up call to price strategically right out of the gate. The days of listing high and adjusting later are over. The homes moving quickly are the ones priced for today's market, not yesterday's peak prices. The warm weather is definitely bringing buyers out of hibernation. After those brutal few months in Huron County, people are eager to get out and tour properties, especially with the building renovation season right around the corner. Let's talk about the other aspect of money. What is it costing to borrow money these days? Mortgage rates in Huron County haven't budged much from the last month, still hovering between 3.99 and 4.95, depending on your situation. The rate really boils down to a few key factors. Are you going fixed or variable? And are you working with a bank or an alternative lender? Each option has its pros and cons, and what works best for your neighbor might not be the best fit for you. And if all this rate talk makes your head spin, don't sweat it. Our in-house mortgage team called Guiding Cigar Mortgage Group is powered by Dominion Lending Center, and if they can cut through the confusion, they're super quick to respond, and they can help get you pre-approved within 24 hours of receiving your documentation. That kind of speed matters when you found your dream home and you need to move fast. The number of sales has jumped up 3% compared to this time last year, which honestly isn't bad considering all the economic uncertainty that we've been dealing with. But check this out. We have seen a whopping 50% increase in sales from just last month. That's not a typo. March to April saw a serious surge that tells me spring fever has definitely hit the Huron County real estate market. Let's talk about the big picture. The market right now is doing exactly what markets typically do after an election. They're finding their footing. There's always an adjustment period where everyone's waiting to see what hot new policies might be shaking things up. But I'm seeing signs that confidence is steadily making a comeback in Huron County. First-time homebuyers are definitely the stars of the show right now. They're jumping in and taking advantage of having more choices and less crazy competition compared to the feeding frenzy that we saw in the recent years. And that still includes talking about those homes being in bidding wars. And for families looking to upsize into their forever homes, they're finding opportunities that just flat out didn't exist when inventory was low. So what's the takeaway from all of this? If you're a buyer, especially shopping under that $500K mark, you've got to be ready to make decisions quickly. Gone are the days where you could sleep on it for a week before making an offer on a well-priced home in a good area. Get pre-approved and be prepared to act when you do find the one that you love. If you do find yourself in a bidding war, just know that these situations are still very unique to each property, and it's not like it was where you need to overbid like crazy. Some homes go into bidding wars and still only sell for a few thousand over. So don't be scared if that happens. The highest we're seeing bidding wars go over are those rough under 300,000 gut and flip homes. For sellers, I can't stress enough, pricing is everything right now. Homes priced on point from day one are selling way faster than those that need price adjustments down the road. And with the spring market energy in full bloom, now is a fantastic time to list if you've been sitting on the fence. I've seen a few homes that recently were strategized to be priced a little under market value that fared out really well in a bidding war. It gave the sellers the upper hand, and it's still helping them sell at that fair market value. And if you're lucky, a little over, because you got those serious buyers in the door from day one. So remember, real estate is hyper local. Your specific situation might look different depending on your neighborhood, price point, and property type. That's where I come in. I'm here to give you advice that's tailored to your unique circumstances, not just generic market talk. Want a free, no strings attached market evaluation of your home? Come see me. Or maybe you're a buyer who needs to get a guide through this evolving market. I'm just a quick call or text away. I promise, no pressure, just straight talk about your real estate goals and how to achieve them in today's market. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this update with anyone who might find it helpful. My contact info is below in the description. I'll be back next month with fresh numbers and insights. And until then, happy house hunting.